and then Bread hopped on and we did his instead, which is always how I'd like to do it. If I'm going to play courses and someone happens to be in chat, I remember loving it when Reeb was around and able to play mine, and I picked up loads from just being in chat and asking questions. So, Pablo, clearly still designing on PS4, like, what a saint. Right, going to form. What teas would you like to be judged from? The tips, black teas, back decks. Any further conditions? Nothing specifically. So let's note that he does not want 30-mile-an-hour winds. Are there key design features? It's my best course. Does that count? No, but we'll hope so. Intended difficulty, medium. Tougher CC/elite depending on conditions. Excellent. Any real life courses that influence this? A Mediterranean style course, similar to the ones I play around here, so Spain, more in the environment than design the course. Cool, I know what you're going for. Which three required elements are we looking at? Drive ball 4, blind tee shot, 5 par 5 holes. I am excited about the last one because not enough people like par 5s, and I'm a big fan. Par 73 as well, so that's a good way of doing it. I loved building a shed load of par 5s on Kayuma when I built that. I just think it's like not enough people enjoy building par 5s. Right, let's do this. Wes, I've got no idea what you mean. It must be an American sort of thing. Any suggestion? Oh, I've just seen the question. No. Any suggestions for learning about golf course architecture? Just read shed loads. Golf Club Atlas, the website is great. There is so much on there. So let's just pop that in chat. Fried Egg as well is brilliant. I think it's friedegg.com, but following them is brilliant. Yeah, I feel you, see much. Okay. Right. Let's do our zoomy zoom. Oh, we got a load of fairway. Kind of inland delta with some like natural standing water, which works. At this stage, how many courses in this contest haven't been delta? I feel like we are low single figures. We're maybe looking like 4, 5. He's got a driving range, which I like. Is there a car park? There's a car park with cars. Oh, look, we've got a clubhouse with the ticket entrance that everyone likes, and that one, and some cars, and yeah, good. There's stuff there. Nice. More interested in what's on the course. I like the tight routing. Always a fan. Oh, we have planted a lot up here. Let's have a look at how that looks. Oh, wow. That on PS4 has got to hurt. Anyway, let's go and zoom in on this. I feel like these are maybe intruding a tiny bit on my vision. I'd maybe like them placed to the sides, but I don't hate it. Tree choices are great. This definitely fits the environment you're going for. I like this bit of planting here. That's good. That filters in nicely. Yeah, I just feel like this is kind of blocking my view. Waste bunkery stuff. Yeah, pretty well done. Ooh, we look very mogully here. I guess when I think of I'm assuming we're southern Spain. I don't know if I think immediately of mogully sorts of fairways. Where are we going? Hello, Pablo Green. Like this. What else was I going to say? I don't see a reason for splitting this fairway. Like, just if you're running fairway over this, you can run fairway over this. Just join it. I think a pet hate of mine is not a pet hate, but one thing I've seen that never makes sense is people splitting fairways where there's no real reason for doing that. I think these bunkers could have used a bit more space. Just like if you drag the texture down here, you'll have a bit more space to sculpt inside them. It's looking a little bit cramped if you see how it's falling in on itself a touch. We could also lower this bit, would help you. Planting I really like though, otherwise it's definitely got that dried out Spanish look. How do you switch to the green camera? You hit left analog stick in if you're on a PS4 controller, and it takes you and zooms to the pin. It's quite helpful, particularly if you're trying to work out what angle you're coming in from. So for this one, I kind of want to be left. Is this part of this hole? Okay, so we can hit up here if we were to want to. Does that presumably gives us more fairway to hit, and it's less narrow, and I get that the angle's better from here, but I'll probably go over here because it's easier, I think. Been doing this a lot this evening. I just... Yeah, there's been one for ages. It was on the last game as well. I do think you've defended against this nicely from this angle, and like, I don't think this is the best play to make. In terms of, I am now coming down a slope, so I think you've projected against that nicely. I'm just choosing to take that punishment compared to missing a fairway and not being able to reach. Excuse me. And as is, we haven't reached anyway. Right, let's see what else we got. Ah! Oh, I'm glad we've helped. I like these bunkers a lot. I think these ones have sculpted really nicely, actually. This one you can kind of see there's a bit here that we could be dropping. I mean, this sculpting bunkers in this game is difficult. And come back down that slope. Come on. Pablo. That's okay. I feel like the uphill hole first, there's a putt, is hopefully going to set us up for a few more. This is lovely. I'm a big fan of this. Considering the lighting's not your best you've got either, I'd have probably cut off the bottom end of this bunker. If you're going to wind fairway around, I think just let's make it a bit more consistent. You don't need it with the shadow, but this looks great. Reminds me of that one at what was the one of Bread's? Minahaugen 7 or 8? I want to say 7. Like, there's a little bit of that with the 3 bunkers and the diagonal green. Yeah, great land movement in that there's not very much of it either. Like, it works well. And I really like that you've given a lot of space between the bunkers and the green, because a lot of people would have just tucked the green up here and made those pins inaccessible, probably me included. That said, I do think your spline work could be a little bit neater here and coming round. I think just making one neater turn would help. I do also like the space you've given to this. I think you've just let this hole breathe really nicely. Might like to see, I don't know, some ground cover bushes just short right, something to block off this bit a little more and focus our eye. But it's good. Really nice hole. I don't think those bunkers are ever really in play. I mean, maybe if we're going for like tucked pins, but... And we got a flat putt, which I'll certainly miss. Oh no! I'm not convinced this is a Pablo green. Not sold. 2 birdies. I was wondering when we were going to get the massively downhill hole. Personally, I'd be moving this tee as far forward on the tee box as you can. I really like how you've done this planting. It feels very natural. And all of this stuff down here. So if we zoom out and go to that, like, you've put a ton of time and effort into this planting, and it looks really good. But can't really see it because we're just a bit too far back and the elevation change is huge. I think it would work better if you gave us a little bit more room. I feel like that tree... I feel like that tree's a bit big. Just one of those that's grabbing my eye a little bit. But I like it. And yeah, this is a fun green. Again, we got some like weird slopes, like you can see these beads are pulling in here and these ones coming here. It's because you've dipped this land to make that slope rather than raising up, which would keep it all flowing off this way. So either that or you need your flatten brush. But this is fun. Like, yeah, these sorts of sunken mesquites would have been great just off the tee on the last hole. Ah, I think a 3-wood is what I want. Oh, please bounce in, Pablo. Thank you. And hopefully we've not got a pitch. Excellent. This is a fun green. I feel like that slope's a little severe into the green. Yeah. I mean, this sculpting here could have been neater, or we bumped the... I think probably had to bump the green up a little bit. Would have made it a little easier. But this should work. Oh, not the slow. That's okay. We're holding chips for fun today. Oh, so close. Cheers, Wes. I mean, it's a really fun opening. This is our blind tee shot. Yep, this is done really well. I remember chatting about this one in the Discord and saying that I'd actually almost rather you'd widen the fairway out a bit more here. I don't think there's necessarily a need for it to stop. But what I like is that you've given us a blind tee shot, you've given us something really pretty to look at and aim over with that ravine. I also like that you've done it on a downlighting hole because it kind of eats that up quite nicely. There's no real hazards in play. There's a little bit of camber over here that's sneaky, but like we can hit it pretty much wherever and it's fine. It's a good blind tee shot. It makes a lot of sense, and I think it works really well and adds something to this hole. The green I am not sold on. I feel like you've basically just put two greens together and melded them here. Like there's this one here and there's this one here, and it's kind of like let's just stick them together. Yeah, like these turns for me are a little too sharp. I don't know. I think it could work if we made it narrow and just like more of a cohesive shape. And I'm kind of wishing I hadn't left myself a pitch here now. Oh well. Definitely. Yeah, that's okay. Ah, thought that was Shaw's comeback. It's another good hole though. Tell you what, this is a good start. Opening 4 holes has been really good. And I love that you're using those tall, thin pines like sporadically. You've mixed up the trees really nicely. I'd have maybe liked in here, like we've used the base delta trees I think quite a bit, a couple more of these and clump them a little. But like this tree line's great. This works so nicely. Oof, here's a par 3. Oh, this should never be played on 187s. Yeah, same thing with how you're doing your green slopes. Because you're lowering here in order to create that slope, it's funneling down to here and to here, and it's just a bit... The reason I tend to pick up on that is because the ball's just going to end up here more often rather than rolling out, I guess, a bit more naturally. Geez, this is a tough par 3. Whew. Looks great though. I also love that you've left this emptiness here, and like this planting works really nicely. The big views across the course are great, and it's a look that we haven't really seen before. Again, I think your spline work like this could be neater with how it's drawing my eye in a straight line and going around. Yardage to the back, don't know. No, it won't be 280, 260 maybe. At a guess, 270, but with elevation 260 probably. Let's see what we can do there. Yeah, I can see that. I think with this one I'd have probably just lost this slope I feel like tiering this green is maybe making it a little harsh to this pin, or like I think this green works nicely for a hole where you're not stuck between woods and also trying to avoid a diagonal cross hazard. I just don't think, I think the tier is the extra layer you don't really need. That said, it plays like as kind of I would have expected. Oh, that needs to roll out more. Still, that'll do. Oh my goodness, we're making some putts. It's kind of slowed down after that speedy start. Par 5, no hazards other than a camber, which I'm a big fan of, and those two bunkers, which work well. And yet, I really like how you've worked the camber in with the green angle. I think that's really cleverly done. And those bunkers. This is the sort of hole I haven't really seen you build so much in recent courses, I don't think. And I'm really glad you're building this one now. And that is not a bunker I wanted to be in. Just, this is a great par 5 design. Really like it. I would like it more without the tier that's kind of almost helping me get to this side. I think kind of if you look at the way the land's going, we've got high point here, low point here. Like your green's got to be going that way, and it will just work much better. But the bunkering on this hole, not so much the shapes but positions, has allowed you to offset that green really, really nicely at this angle. Yeah, this is good. This is your best hole so far, I'd say. And they've been generally good. But just love the bunker layering here, like class. That should do. I mean, the bunker sculpting itself, I think just because of the shapes you're making, it's really tough to do. Yeah, the tight shapes are tough. Like this bit is going probably a little bit, this texture is going a bit too far. If we dragged it in, then we can raise the land behind it, which gives you the defined lip that you're kind of missing on that bit. But I think the positions are... Oh, I've hammered that. Whoops. Oh, damn it, Ben. One putt where I'm not really paying attention. Level of detail on the planting's great, particularly given how much time it would have taken you on PS4. I like this one as well. Slopes on the green are harsh. Again, there's the few beads that just don't really make complete sense. Although, I guess you could have little breaks either side, but with the big slopes being all this way, kind of feels like it should all be flying that way. This is a fun tee shot. And I think I'm going to hit that camber, and I really wish I hadn't. I do like the way you've played with your land movement. I think because it's now bringing this slope in. Slopes on the green are really cleverly done. A lot of thought gone into these. Hey, Matty. Oh, sit down. Damn it. Yeah, seeing it from this side, I don't like that break at all. Just given we've got a giant break here, I don't think it makes that much sense. Something like that. Still, 1 under is a lot better than we've been. I'll say this one's probably my least. This one is my least favourite hole so far. Yeah. Just the really steep uphill elevation is making it tricky, and then it's very narrow and it's not quite drivable, which I'm okay with. I don't know. It just feels like it goes uphill a lot very quickly. It's just don't love it as much as the others. And I've really enjoyed the others so far. Good green though. Green complex is good. Go on, be the club. That's not too bad. Oh, sure I had that one. Planting again here is great. And I love the way you've used some of the new plants. Like, I haven't really seen that little sort of cactus-y shrub used. Natural terrain works great. Like, it all makes a lot of sense. I was about to say, I've been really glad that you've gone away from the orange flowers, and then I think they just don't really fit as well. And so this is that fairway we played back up. Yeah, this bunker sculpting here could be neater. That one's better. That one's just like, you see the sharp dip behind it. Default greens are 184, are they? That's very Pablo. So I think we can clear. Ooh. Yeah. This one's irking me a little less, but I do feel a common theme is that some of your green slopes just go kind of against where you'd expect, which is why you get some of the like anomalies of breaking this way and then a giant tier here. But I do I like the slopes in isolation. I really like this green side as well. It's good. Should be able to shoot the gap and just funnel down a little. Oh, with this elevation and this wind, maybe that's okay. Don't need all of this. Nah, didn't need that little either. I think your bunker placement has been outstanding. Like, not even just we're going to go in them all the time. I think what you've done to frame them and just put them in right areas is really good. And like to allow you to work holes around bunkers and create angles, you've done it really nicely. Ah, I was wondering when this water was going to come in that we'd seen earlier. I like it. I would have liked a little bit of planting around the base of this side just to break that edge up, but it works really well. And it's a good point to have it come in. Holy. Well, I guess we know that the strategy works, like play closer to the water if you can. Oh, stupid Babylonian trees. I mean, zero chance. Literally zero. We've got an angle. We've got a window. Well, I tried. It came close-ish. Nah, the slow's not what we needed. But you've given me a no. No, it didn't come down. Yeah. Transition stuff. I'm not the biggest transition guy, but I think this could be neater. Yeah, this sort of planting's great. I'd have liked a little of that coming down to the water's edge. I did not find the punch shot. Let's just go super timid on this part. I don't want to be... This is a mean pin position. We'll take a bogey and we'll get out there. A-okay with that. That's a nasty little hole. Great green. Really like how you've done that. So this one's drivable. Yeah, I mean, same kind of thing with the green. Like, we're having real puddle issues here. So this is dipping down to here, here, here. It's all kind of funneling in there. I think, yeah, I've kind of made the point enough, but look at where your green sits, look at the contours coming in from the outsides, and like let's make the green flow with that a bit more. Sightline though, gorgeous. I really like the way this hole looks. I like the the pine trees that frame it are great. I'm a big fan of this one. I like that you've put it in between clubs. Oh, I was too busy laughing at Jerry. As in the Jerry comment, not Jerry himself. Grab. No. I mean, I've definitely screwed up the shorter fours. Oh, it tried. It did try. Yes, I played pet. Oh, I've missed a few comments. Yes, I played petties earlier. It's hilarious. Sculpting on these waste bunkers is a little inconsistent. I mean, if you look at how you've sculpted this, that's we haven't really seen this before, and it's really harsh. And then you go down here, and it's kind of not really done as much. I definitely prefer like the subtler sort of sculpting you've done here. So like about where you've got it here is perfect. There's been a lot of delta. Just been the base texture. I was in countryside for so long and just base texture trumped everything. 91. I like this green a lot. Really like this green. I kind of wish you'd gone with a different green texture though. I feel like a slightly more muted green texture would make this sing a little more. Just a little neon. Great look back up this hole though. You can really tell the effort that's gone in. Like, I mean, you can with all of the courses. But, oh, keep turning in. Ah, I tried. I do not have that much. Like, I've kind of got the same comments over and over again with this one. There's a fun short par 3 green. Kind of like how you've done. The orange plant here works though, because it's just sparing. That one makes sense. Ah, we've gone very fast, have we? Let's go and play off that next tee deck. Yeah, wasn't too bad a place to miss it. I'm really enjoying this one. I think the environment's different. There's good width. The green slopes. This is just a fun green. You've done some really good work with like relatively straight on narrow greens and where you've placed bunkers. If there's one thing I take away from this stylistically, that's really nicely done. And that works well with the camber because it slowly takes me just away from this. Is this our 3-shot par 5? No, we had drivable par 4, which I think we played, which I parred. Good work, Ben. Blind tee shot definitely done, and the 5 par 5s. Oh, so it is one of those. Ooh. I mean, I wish I had a bit more of an angle to go for this, but yeah, there's been a lot of camber on this course. I mean, this is a stupid shot if ever there was one, but might as well. Oh, I'm really glad that's worked. That's just nicely done. That water there is so nicely placed. Big fan. Hmm. Nah, no super chicken. Kind of almost tea green myself as well. We'll take a birdie. Yes. Matty gets it. I like the water as visual breakup. Ooh. Again, I don't think breaking up this fairway doesn't make any sense to me. Equally, running fairway around these bunkers doesn't make sense to me because it does also mean that you've got some really hard work with sculpting this one. I don't think we've ever really made a decision as to what the high side of this bunker is. Like high here, high here, high here, kind of high here means that it's always just falling in on itself in a way that the others aren't. Fun tee shot though this. So we go for our draw again. And we don't get it, but we might bounce over. Yeah, we do. The Arthur Hills. JC's a big fan. I'm not sure Arthur's ever worked overseas, so I haven't had the pleasure. That's a Pablo slope if ever we've seen one. Right there. Had a couple of good rounds here today, apart from Petty's. Petty's course obviously too difficult. Not sure I love the really harsh false front. Maybe on a slightly shorter hole. Oh, that's not a good tee shot. Bunker sculpting here is great. Again, I'm kind of okay with that bit being fairway actually. I think that works a little more. Is he a Michigan native? Okay, it's I assume this is our final par 5. Fun slopes. These ones do completely make sense with the land we got. Like the bunker. Could kind of wish we'd brought... For the water we've had, I don't think... It's never been in play. I'd have probably liked to see the water come in and just run the fairway by it. I think it would make for a better hole. I know it's like a bit obvious. Having said the water's not in play. That is annoying. Oh well. Easy clearance over that pine. Water was definitely in play. On 10, yes, 10 it was. True. It was only in play on that one if you hit a really bad shot, and we did. And yet, still got a decent chance for par. Which we miss, and then roll down that giant slope you've put behind the pin. Mean pin. I did, I have never claimed I am good at this game. But I don't think the water is necessarily in play. Oh, I like this look. This is a good look on 18. I like that you've hidden a bit of fairway over here. That works well. I also like that I want to be this side. Having said we've had a lot of like straight on narrowish greens, I do feel we've used this sort of green shape a little over now. That damn slow again. Did not want that. He's disappointed in himself. Looks great though. It's a really good looking final shot. Oh, please get off the green. Look at that little slope in front of the pin. You bastard. There we go. And a solitary cactus to finish us off. I really enjoyed that. I thought you've nailed the feel you were going for. I might have occasionally liked to see a little bit more underbrush, like compared to just around that water area on 10 maybe, and a couple of other places. Just short right of second rings a bell. Generally plays really, really well. I thought your bunker placement was terrific. Occasionally the sculpting on the bunkers a little less good. Same with the greens. I think just having an understanding of where those green slopes make sense will lift this even more. It's just a lot of fun. Like the green slopes, I didn't feel when I've thought of Pablo greens before, I've generally thought of them just being pure dick punch. These really weren't. There were a lot of helping slopes as well. They were also like just carefully angled and subtly done, which I really appreciated. Some of your shorter holes had some real bite to them. 10 definitely did. The drivable 4, I want to say 12, did as well. I just think this is married. This has been one where I have seen bits of it coming together on the Discord, and every time I've seen it coming together, it's gotten better and better. I thought you did your 5 par 5s really well. I like that you starting with one definitely helped it feel like it was a good move. Definitely helps it feel like there aren't 5 because you start off with the first one, and you basically space them as far out as possible. What were the others? The long par 3, was that one of them? Oh no, blind tee shot I thought you did really, really well as well. Drivable par 4 was my least favourite of your 3 required elements, but it was still done pretty solidly. Yeah, just like a few little technical bits with the splines and sculpting, and yeah, and I'd have changed your green surface colour just a touch. This was a lot of fun. So yeah, and that's going to be me for this evening. It's 10 o'clock here, so I'll grab some rest. But 3 more really fun, really interesting courses, and like lots of good to say about each of them. This contest just keeps producing. Like as ever, I'll upload these to YouTube, but please do pop in the threads. Like pass on your experiences of playing them. Like keep pumping the courses up because guys have put a lot of work into this, and it's really showing. Like just quality stuff. So yeah, I will probably do another couple over the weekend. And then I'm away. We're planning on doing a stream for team selection on Tuesday night, is the plan. So I'm away Sunday and Monday, so I won't do any playthroughs those 2 days. But I might get some done on Saturday, if I can. And yeah, we'll try to get that going. And then all the courses should be released by Monday, I believe. So anyway, lovely to catch you all. Have a really good afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are. And yeah, thanks for popping in. Take care.